What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Animation Man video. My name is Shane, otherwise known as Animation Man, and today, actually tomorrow, the Walten Files 5 comes out, and I'm so fucking excited, and I'm going to announce that tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live stream. If it's not a live stream, it's going to be a recorded video that I'll upload right after the Walten Files ends, but Walten Files 5 is a premiere, so I'm most likely going to live stream that, and it's at 6 p.m. PST, and I'm going to be live streaming at 6 p.m., so at 6 p.m., watch it for my live stream. PST. And if you're EST at 9 p.m., watch out for my live stream. Anyways, let me give you a little backstory. So, when I was a wee little boy, in around 2021, a few months after Bunny Farm came out, which was the Walten Files 3, I discovered the Walten Files, and of course, I had nightmares for months, and if I even thought about it, I would not get any sleep that night. It was probably one of the most traumatizing things that ever happened to me. But after I kept watching it, but after a long period of not watching it, I watched it again, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't so scary." So I watched it again and again, and I just started loving it, you know. And then 3 years, I waited 3 years for the fourth one to come out. And when the fourth one came out, I recorded myself sitting in my chair at my mom's computer. I was 14 years old. I was sitting in my chair at my mom's computer, and I watched Cyberfun Tech Walt Files 4. And that was awesome, but it was horrible because I had no microphone, and I was very, very quiet. But at least I got to see it live, you know? And I got to post my reaction. But this is going to be different because I'm going to be doing a live stream, and it's going to be much better, and you're going to be hearing what I'm saying. So basically, okay, I waited for 3 years for the fourth one to come out, watched it right when it came out. Now I've been waiting for 2 years for the fifth one to come out, and it is coming out tomorrow. We're gonna watch it tomorrow, dude. Fuck, I can't even begin to tell you how fucking excited I am. But anyways, let's move past the introduction, and let's get to the analysis. Alright, so here we have the post made by Martin Walls for the Walten Files. Dude, I remember when this channel used to be called, used to be just titled Martin Walls, and it was a picture of Martin Walls as a little persona there. That was way back when. Like 5 years ago, I think. But, here's the announcement for tomorrow, 9 p.m. EST, or 6 p.m. PST for me. Here's the announcement. So we're gonna skip back to the very here's that announcement. So he did something every 5 days, and this is a reference to something else which I can't talk about now, but this is a reference. So I feel like these posts are actually are just showing like the direction, the timeline of the actual video. So the first part's going to focus on Jack, or I guess Rosemary talking to Jack for the last time, then Rosemary talking to Sophie for the last time, then Rosemary herself, probably at her house, just the last time she's at home. And then this is Rosemary. This is probably the part where Rosemary's in the restaurant. And this is just fucking, this is brutal right here. This is just like, witness the final days of Rosemary Walten. That's sick. But, and then this is the final part where she gets stuffed into Shaw. And you can tell by what this says and this shit that we are going to see, I mean, hopefully, we are going to see everything. We're gonna see fucking everything that happened, because with Walten Files 4 we saw Susan Woodings. Her death was recreated in animation, but since it's been 2 years, I'm assuming the animation has gotten even better, because I remember when I saw it for the first time, I was like, it's animated now? Can you imagine the animation quality now? It's been 2 years since that released. 2 years. And if we go now, I want to talk about something. Another thing that I have noticed, notification on, Yeah, look, 180 waiting. This is just gonna it's just gonna get more and more and more because right now it's 11 p.m. and so that would mean that it's in 12. No, not even 12 hours. Jesus. Yeah, no, actually 12, 7, 19 hours. It's in 19 hours, and people are already getting ready to watch it. It's crazy. Yeah. So, frick, fuck, dude. Um, yeah. So you can see. Remember, in if you're a Walton Falls fan, you know what I'm talking about. In Bunny Farm, when no, not in Bunny Farm. Sorry, Walton Falls 2, the Relocate Project. The clown Billy. He was listing down, Jack, Susan, Rosemary. No, Jack, Susan, Charles, Rosemary. This video, if you actually notice, I got this from a comment on one of the YouTube videos. They actually play in order. See, Jack, and then it shows Susan, and then it shows Charles, and then it shows, of course, Rosemary. Now, when I saw,
at Spectrum,
is it in the
we
description
believe
of the
you shouldn't have to
premiere,
choose
or hold
between
on?
speed, reliability.
That's what I remembered. Okay, when we were originally teased this, it was mainly showing focus, like even in the trailer, it wasn't showing a lot of focus on Rosemary. It was showing kind of most of it, but it was mainly showing like the grief that Jack and Rosemary were going to have to suffer, just like the loss of Ed and Molly. But as it's been teased more and more and more, um, the focus has been more and more shoved onto Rosemary Walten until when you get here and read the description, like she's it. This whole trailer just focuses on her, like it's literally just showing her face and the stuff she's done the whole time, and you can tell like at this point in the description, which is like a basic Wikipedia article of her life and her career, you know, it's similar to like a Wikipedia article, but like you can tell she's the main character. The main focus is on her. Even like, you know, witness the final days of Rosemary Walten. It's focused completely on Rosemary Walten, and that's gonna be spooky, and it's gonna be awesome. And when I remember when I first saw those teasers back 2 years ago, when it showed the sheep version of Rosemary like walking around near flowers, I thought that was some sort of like either it was a dream sequence thing or it was like a symbolization thing where this that it was doing where it was like a symbolization of Rosemary going to her death or something like that. It was just a symbolization of what Rosemary was doing. But that's the stuff with the sheep is actually, and you can see by the description, it's actually part of short films that she made. It's footage. It's not a dream sequence or a symbolization animation. It's from short films that she made. The Dancing Sheep, Crescendo, among many others. And I remember there was a teaser called Crescendo, I think, at one point. And I think it went unlisted. But, yeah. Yeah, it just gives a whole description of her. So the sheep parts, like, even in the trailer, which unfortunately isn't playing right now, it shows those parts of the short films. And I think we might be getting teased those in the video. I have no idea. But, what I do know about the video is that it's going to be showing Rosemary a lot. There's going to be some scenes with Sophie, and I don't know if I'm going to admit, if we don't find out what really happened to Jack in this one, I'm going to be a little pissed off. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because in this one, we're going to see what happened. I mean, we might not see what actually happened to Jack, but I don't want to see, in the video, I don't want to see just like a series of different things with her and Jack, and then the next scene is Jack just completely gone, and it's like a fast forward where he's missing, and we still have no idea what happened. Like, I want to have some hint or some idea of what literally happened to him, because for the past 6 years, we have known absolutely nothing about Jack's disappearance. Ed and Molly died. Ed and Molly died. Felix confessed that they died to Jack. Jack was really angry at him, but he still kept showing up, and then he just disappeared. and there's no hints towards his disappearance. So we have to be shown at least a hint towards what actually happened to him. A lot of fan theories say that, maybe he killed himself out of grief, and she has to deal with the grief of that, which might most likely be true. Or because it doesn't make sense for him to flee, or for him to just abandon her and lead a new life. Either he was killed by Bond for some reason, somehow for some reason, which doesn't make sense, or, unfortunately, most likely, he committed suicide. And now Rosemary has to grieve him, and you can see just the grief like etched on her face. Because then there's those, I can see in the tease scenes with Sophie. That's probably after Jack went missing. It's just her alone with Sophie, and she is just like in a state of limbo, and she doesn't know what to do. And that's why she goes to the restaurant, and why she tries to look for Jack in the restaurant, and then why Bond attacks her, of course, and stuffs her in the shot, But, yeah, dude. These teasers are fucking awesome. The one where she's, like, on the pole with, like, the telephone pole with, like, the Jack Walten posters. It's fucking incredible, and I love it. I mean, what else is there to think? There have been a lot of teasers, on findjackwalten.com. I'm not going to open it just for, like, Alright, now you can go look it up. Just find jackwalten.com. If you look in the archive in the Phantom website, which, I just remember it, there have been a lot of teasers from the period of time when Walten Files 4 released and Walten Files 5 released. Like, I remember, Bond, the guy that was all white with the tie, he was literally teased on Find Jack Walten, and I saw it when it was teased, him on the front page. And it had a little text to it, and I think it said Bond. I had no idea what it had, but there was a little text. I forgot what it said. It was either me or it was Bond or something like that. But there was the white guy with the tie, and no one had any idea. It's so funny. He had him right in front of our faces, and we had no idea. I had no idea. I thought it was just a joke thing that Martin did, because he likes to joke around like that, just doing random stuff. But this random thing was actually a big thing. I didn't have any idea. Also, I put a theory out on Reddit a few years ago. Felix wears blue, Jack wears red, blue and red make purple, Sophie wears purple. I hope Martin Wallace sees that and is like, oh shit, he knows. Because I know. I've been knowing. But, yeah, this is crazy, because now he's actually teaming with, M Studios. It was in, let me see if I can reset this. Yeah, here we go. So let's just watch this now, finally. So, if it is this Friday in partnership with MD Studios. So, Flashing Lights 1. So it's gonna flash like teaser parts. So that's Sophie in the car. You're the one who said I love you too. You're the one who said I love you too. That was a tape recorder. Yes, I do. Didn't you know? Or something like that. But that's Ed and Molly's funeral again. That's probably from a short film that she made. Remember, in Walten Files 1, Bond's Neighborhood was a short film that she made. This is probably her speaking at the funeral. This kind of looks like Bond right here. That's freaking me the fuck out. This guy looks a little bit like Bond. Because you notice, people notice this too in the part where it shows the funeral. You're the one who said I. People think this guy is Bond or something like that. Or no, this guy. People think this guy is Bond. And that might be true. I don't know if Felix showed up here. I can tell because there was a different teaser that showed Linda Thompson, Felix's ex-wife, who abandoned him, which led to the alcoholism, which led to the crash. This, you can tell it's her from the outfit and the hair. Because in another teaser, she was shown wearing the exact same thing and looking the exact same. So I can tell, there's Sophie here, that's Jack, that's Rosemary. I have no idea who that could be. This might be, I have no idea who that could be. That, you know what? You know who that might be? That might be Norman Poultrick. Isn't his name Norman? Yeah, Norman Poultrick. That might be him because he's the CEO of Fun Tech. Because I know Felix did not show up to this fucking place. I knew that guy. That guy was not invited. That guy was fucking banished from ever going to any probably event with the Waltons ever again. You think they'd want him at the funeral? Because this is if I remember the teaser that showed the date of the funeral, it was May 7th. So this is 2 days after Felix, because he confessed to them on May 5th. This is 2 days after he confessed to them that he did it, that he killed them. Which is just awful, dude. First of all, how did they have a funeral 5 days after they were killed? I remember when my Nana died. We had her celebration of life 4 months later. Like, what? It feels a little weird for the funeral to be happening too soon, but I guess maybe it was a different time and they just kind of didn't have to take long to just set the whole thing up, so. And, you know, it's a small town, Brighton, I guess, at this period of time, so it's okay. But, I'm just coming up with theories. What could this be? Oh my god, is this an eyeball? Is this her face after she gets decapitated? I hope not. This is fucking disturbing. Is this flesh? That's not good. Or is is that a crack in a picture frame? Or is that flesh? I have no idea. But this looks a little... I can tell this is an eye for sure. And... Ooh, that looks... Distant bell. This is a painting she made. That's... Yeah, paintings. Yeah, RW. This is part of the short film. That's her, and that's her going into Ed and Molly's. And this is very interesting. I don't know what the white is in the background. I have no idea what the white is in the background. Because if you remember, if you're a true hardcore fan, you remember on Find Jack Walton where there was a teaser and it showed pitch black. And, of course, I think it might have been Susan dead on the floor. It was either Susan or Rosemary. But what I do remember is there is a shadow of a guy. There's an image. It's a shadow of a guy, and there's a camera. And you know Felix is the shadow man. Everyone knows Felix is the shadow man. He's working for Bond, cleaning up the mess. But why would he have a camera? We might find out. Maybe this is a photo that was taken on the camera. Because think about the white background. Maybe this is just her in Wonderland. Who knows? But the white background definitely means something. This could be a photo taken by Felix. I don't know why he would take photos, but that was part of the thing. This is part of the short film as well. It's her looking out a window. And then this is laughing. And what could this be? Yeah, this is all Valentine stuff. Faces of grief. Alright, I think I probably voiced out everything I needed to say. Yeah, I was here before it premiered. 5 days before. Yeah, this thing was put up. I remember when this shit was put up, dude. I'm so fucking ready. Because Nexpo commented. His comment, if I remember, had like 34 likes or something like that. Is it deep down in here or is it up here? Or did I just miss it completely? Pick up the phone! What the fuck? Alright, yeah, all the Walton Files jokes. I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure we've looked over almost every teaser for this so far. I gave my thoughts about a hotline, I think, maybe on a comment on it, but yeah. I think that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.